How's it going, guys? Today we're going to be unboxing the real grade Sazabi, and I have to say, it feels good to be excited about real grades again. I don't know, the real grade line in general has just not had me very excited about any of its releases for a while. I just can't really get back into it as a line that I'm really in love with particularly, but this kit looks pretty dang good, and I gotta say the redesign that they've done to the Sazabi for this kit and just all of the engineering that it looks like has gone into it looks really fantastic, and I think this is gonna be a really great kit. So let's get right into it. Obviously, the first thing you'll notice here, aside from the box art being very cool as usual, it's in the usual RG style, but you'll notice it's a little bit larger. This is in a size double the size of the normal real grade box. This is in like a big master grade size box because it's a big kit. The Sazabi is a very large mobile suit, so we've got quite a bit of parts in here. So it's also going to be a little bit more expensive than most real grades. Most real grades retail between 25 and 3,000 yen. This one being 4,500 yen is going to be a lot more expensive, but still, for the size of this box and everything going into this kit, 4,500 yen seems like a very affordable price for this, I'd have to say. But let's see how it does actually once we've got it built. So here on the side of the kit, we can see this is number 29 in the line, and that has me wondering if maybe they're keeping the big number 30 for possibly a real grade new Gundam. That seems like it would make sense if we've got the Sazabi coming out, that we would also get a real grade new. It's something that people have actually really wanted for a long time in the line, and I think in that number 30 spot would be fitting. We'll just have to see. Moving on here to the side, you'll be happy to know that this is a totally new frame for this, not like the real grade Shinanju, which was borrowing the frame from the Gundam Mark II. They've got a whole new inner frame for this, so that's great. It should be very stable. That's good to see. The inner frame here, you can see, though, is going to be very minimal. Not really a whole lot in terms of the pre-molded, articulated inner frame here, so not like other real grade kits. Here's just showing some different details about this. The heat dissipation mechanism, which is just basically armor opening gimmicks, similar to the Master Grade Verka. It has a bunch of decals, including, of course, the gold sticker decals. Articulation of the wrists and the backpack, things opening up there, things opening up in the legs. It's got the funnels which open up. It looks similar again to the Master Grade as well. The head also opens up a little bit there. It looks like the visor. Here's showing exactly how the kit is going to look, just built up straight out of the box with the stickers applied. And of course, as with real grades, it looks pretty good just straight out of the box. That's kind of like the main thing about real grades, is that you really don't have to do a whole lot to them to make them look really good. On the other side, we've got just some action poses here. Of course, it has the beam shotgun and the shield. I really like the redesign of the shield too as well. It's really cool. So overall, all the changes made to this design, I think, are really nice. Between this or the Master Grade, I'm not sure if I would really say that I like one version over the other. I like them both fairly equally, I think. They're both pretty cool. So again, 4,500 yen for the list price for this. Open it up. On the inner box, it looks like we've got some stuff here as well. As with some, but not all real grades, here on the inner box we have just advertisements for other different versions. Here's just showing the HG new Gundam there along with that, and here's some other HG kits from Char's Counterattack. And on the other side, once again, just comparing the real grade Sazabi with the high grade Sazabi and the high grade new Gundam there, so you can see just for comparison. So of course we've got a whole mess of runners in here. We've got a whole bunch of stickers, red, as usual. I'm sure we're going to have multiple tones of red there. You can see, we'll take a look at all this stuff here momentarily. The beam effect parts, I can see looking very bright. Quite a lot of inner frame. And here for our manual, looks like it's a typical real grade style manual here in terms of the artwork. There, just nice CG image there of the Sazabi's head on the back. Sticker guide as to where to put all the stickers. There's quite a lot of them down there. A color guide as well in Japanese and English, and color guide there for painting our standing pilot figure, 1/44 scale Char Aznavour, Char's counterattack version anyway. We have our parts list here, and there's one thing that you'll notice is interesting here for the Beam Saber effect runner. It says for the longer beam axe effect part that is actually crossed off and not meant to be used with this, although I've seen pictures of it being in use, so I know you can use that. But I believe that this runner is exactly copied from the Shinanju, and that's why we're not using that. So technically, it's not supposed to be used, but you can use it anyway. We'll take a look at that in the review, of course. Just going through the manual here, we've got a whole bunch of information there at the top about the Sazabi in Japanese and English. You can check that out. And just some more photos there. Basically the same kind of stuff we saw on the outside of the box. Flipping through, it's just all going through the construction. Here on page 13, we've got some more photos and information about the weapons, but again, like with other real grades, this section is not translated for some reason. It's unfortunate, but at least we have all these nice pictures just kind of detailing about the weapons there. And on through the back of the manual, it's just going into how to pose it with the weapons, putting it on an action base, a little bit about the gimmicks, so opening the armor, and that's it. Alright, so here's the big sticker sheet. As we can see, we've got some nice gold ones there for the logo for the shield and for the front skirt. A bunch of these silver ones here for going around in different places on the kit. Some green ones there for cameras, and then a whole bunch of striping and caution markings and numbers and details and everything like that for all around the rest of the kit. I'll throw some of these on for the sake of the review and see how those look. And then it's right on to runner A here, which is a 4-color runner. We've got some plain clear for a few parts there for like the visor and cameras, it looks like, up in the corner. Some gray there across the top, looks like maybe just for weapons parts and things like that. Some black through the center there for weapons, parts for the shield, and a few other little details. And then that nice bright kind of character yellow color, slightly orangish yellow, for a bunch of the vents and details, piping parts and things like that. You'll notice too that the piping is all just like one part, so it won't be like the real grade Zaku where you have all the individual pieces, and that's kind of a real pain in the ass. So I'm actually kind of totally okay with that. As with all the other real grades, runner B is our advanced MS joint, and this one is number 13. So here you can see, like I said before, it's very minimal, really only a few bits on there. So it's not going to be like anything like most of the other real grades where most of the inner frame is based off of what's on the B runner here. This is basically just a few of the parts for that. Most of the rest of the inner frame is all going to be built up using just regular parts. Runner C is in a kind of slightly dullish, slightly pinkish kind of color of red. It's a really interesting color of red. You can see there's parts on here for the chest, the beam tomahawk, weapons parts, skirt parts, armor parts, little shard there in the center of the runner as well. And then runner D is our just like straight red color, so this one is going to be just parts for the shield, legs, and everything else. Most of the armor is going to be in this color, but you can see for comparison just the two colors right next to each other, and you can see you'll definitely be able to tell the difference between them once the kit is all put together. Runner E has some more just like smaller armor bits and things like that, all the little flaps for the funnels, that's not going to be very fun. There's a whole bunch of those, and this is in that more dull color, so like with the C runner, and we've got 2 of this one. And then runner F is back to the main, just straight up red color for the rest of our armor pieces for this kit, and we've got 2 of the F runner as well. Runner G is starting to get into parts for the inner frame, and you'll notice all these parts, the inner frame looks super nicely detailed. You can see bits here on the back skirt. That's the underside of the back skirt and all the detail there. On the underside of the front skirts is super detailed. We have our hand parts on here as well. Even the inside of the hands look really nicely detailed. So this kit is going to be a really nice one for those of you guys who like detailed inner frames. Runner H here as well, just again more parts for the inner frame. It's going to be a pretty complex frame, it looks like, for a 1144 scale kit. And then we've got 2 of this runner as well. And then finishing up all the parts for the inner frame here is runner I with a whole bunch of more parts on here, some of the larger ones, and then we've got 2 of this runner as well. Runner J here, as I mentioned before, is the same effect parts from the real grade Shinanju. So I don't remember if it was marked the same way for the Shinanju, but in this case it's just marked RBE or real beam effect, maybe, I guess, 1. And so it's in a very bright fluorescent green color. And of course we've got 2 of these as well. And the last thing is runner K. It's in a kind of slightly matte finish, sort of black color. This is parts for the fuel tanks for the back, some more parts for around like the arms and other parts for the kit, and then the funnel racks on the backpack, and that's it. So there we go. If I had to guess, I would say someone high up at Bandai has a really strong love for Char's counterattack, because after the Master Grade New Verka, the Master Grade Sazabi Verka, which are considered a couple of the best Master Grades in the line, and then for how good this looks, even just at this point, just checking out the runners, it just looks amazing. I'd have to say Bandai, when it comes to these kits from Char's counterattack, they just really go all out, and this thing looks fantastic. I can't wait to get this kit built up, and like I said, it's great to have that feeling again about the real grade line, because yeah, it's been a while. So that's it for the unboxing. Let me get this built up, and then we'll come back with the review up next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, of course, to USA Gundam Store for supplying me with this kit. Guys, do check out the link to their site down below. I think this is going to be one of those kits that you kind of just have to get if you're a Gunpla builder. So definitely do check out the link to USA Gundam Store. Use my coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10. Save some money while you're getting it too along the way, and let them know. Say thanks. Let me get this built up, and then I'll see you guys in the review. Bye-bye. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.